Is the Queen movie Bohemian Rhapsody any good? Stick around to find out. Right now, yes, it is good. Mama just killed a man. Rami Malek, I believe that's how you say his name. I can never be bothered to look it up. He was in Mr. Robot, and here he's probably going to be up for an Oscar because his performance as Freddie Mercury, it's tight. That's what the kids say. It's tight. That means it's really good. It's thick. That's not what that means. I should probably start with I'm a big fan of Queen. And by big fan, I mean I love the greatest hits albums they've put out over the years. For me, going into this, not knowing anything about the history of the band, not knowing, all the problems Freddie Mercury had in his personal life, it was cool getting to see that side of things, getting to understand, how these bands operate, how they rose to fame, and how they had some problems behind the scenes. My only gripe about this film, which if you've ever seen this show before, it's the thing I hamper on, is the length, is the runtime, because I got shit to do. I got places to be. I'm very important. I'm a super important person. Not really at all. We get around the 2-hour mark and things are moving really well. I'm really engaged in the story. People aren't on their phones for once. It's a real treat. But then we get to the final part of this, and it's not a spoiler. They're at the biggest concert of all time. And they do the entire concert. I just don't get what the directors were thinking on this. I say directors because I do know that Bryan Singer was at one point kicked off of his film. I'm not sure why. He was probably eating puppies or raping cats, or who knows. It's Hollywood. They're all crazy. I'm just not sure whose decision it was to have them play this whole thing, because it's like watching a cover band, air guitar the whole thing. It's a little weird. I get doing Bohemian Rhapsody. It was, the name of the movie. It's all kind of, has this message engraved into the song. It's very important to Mercury. After that song's over, I'm like, okay, let's credit this bitch. But no, they just go into the next song and the next song. And I mean, there's like 4 or 5 songs in their entirety. And I just couldn't believe that this was still going. And finally, Gladys, 2 rows up, 1 to the left, she busts out the phone, of course, because this is not keeping her attention anymore. And that's when I knew the company, the studio, the director had gone too far. I wasn't going to punch a 75-year-old woman in the back of the head, but I was going to kick her. And I tried, but I couldn't hit her seat. So I was sitting in the seat next to her and it was rocking. She didn't know. She didn't care. She's just on Facebook. It's her time. Speaking of phones, if you've also ever watched the show before, I hate people typically in theaters. I can't stand them. Now when I go to the movie, I canvass the area to see which asshole I'm going to get mad at. And I try to sit as far away from them as humanly possible. There was a person, I wasn't even mad at this. I just thought it was comical. There was a person 4 rows up, couple over, busting out the phone. Brightness was down. So it didn't bother me. I could ignore it. Hitting record, but just not bootlegging the movie, just recording one of the songs. I imagine they're going to post it on social media and be like, we're at the Queen concert. Things I loved about this. Acting, phenomenal. Once more, I know nothing about Freddie Mercury or his mannerisms or characteristics, so I'm going to blindly just say that the actor did a great job. They played all the hits. All the classic Queen songs that we've all grown up with and all love. The movie's funny, it's well written, it's sharp, good snappy dialogue. I was laughing throughout. It's paced well. It's just that ending is just, I don't know what the hell they were doing there. That was just bizarre. If I was to place bets on what Bryan Singer did and didn't do, I think I would maybe do a good job. I could maybe ace it because I know his film style enough to know when something doesn't look right. And there was a few scenes where I was just thinking, okay, who the hell did this? Because this is not Singer. There were 2 or 3 shots where the camera, whoever was the B crew on this, I don't know what the hell they were doing. They must have strapped the camera to a dove who wasn't sitting still, because there's some overhead shots that are just going like this. Blah, 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 blah. And it's a good 2 or 3 seconds each. I don't know how true to the characters it is, so I can't speak on that behalf. I can only speak on what was presented to me and if it was entertaining, and it was. I had a great time with this. I think most people will. It does the one thing that I can't stand, and this is just a personal thing again. They have this ugly ass photo come up. Not HD, not crisp, it's just grainy and nasty, because it's an old Queen photo, but it's just of Mercury, and it's on the side, cut out, and then they put some crap text over here about later years. And then it fades away, and then they do another one, and another one. I wanted to go to the movie to watch you tell me what happened, not literally put the words on like I'm reading a goddamn book. Otherwise, I'd read a book. As far as the tearjerker aspect goes, I was expecting to be a little bit more, you know, kind of taken aback, you know, maybe brushing away one manly tear. I didn't get that Monsters Inc. ending, you know, that kitty ending, opening the door, seeing, I didn't get that Wreck-It Ralph ending, you know, seeing Penelope racing away. I didn't get that Finding Nemo ending. These are all cartoons. So goodbye, everybody. I've got to go. Nailed it. Thanks for watching me rant for a little while. If you liked the video, make sure to subscribe to Adam Does Movies. If you want to hear me complain some more, there's plenty more rants to be found, to be unearthed. Just have to click on that link. I'll just stand here and wait awkwardly while you do, making you feel uncomfortable.